According to the Nostradamus effect, there are to be 3 antichrists. According to the Bible, they are to be charismatic, deceitful, a trickster, a tyrant, and the son of Satan. The first being Napoleon Bonaparte. The second, Hitler. And the third has yet to be determined. Many speculate who the third will be. Has the Antichrist already been identified?
It's definitely been named by a billion people.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Welcome to Drunk with Facts.
It's a happy Thursday.
February 6th.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? 6th? Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Are you okay? Did you get a brain freeze?
I
What
did.
happened?
I'm drinking too fast. My hair hurts.
Everybody
Son of a
kind of
bitch.
saw my face right there. I was having like a malfunction.
Oh,
It was brain freeze and bubbles because I don't usually drink soda.
brain freeze and bubbles.
I'm better now.
So welcome to our show that's going to go off the rails very quickly tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
It's gonna
Tuesday
get
went off
weird.
the rails, so we can sit. Why put it back on the rails?
So it is a continuation from The Truth About Beer and Tuesday night, where we talked about who the Antichrist, who we believed the Antichrist is.
And I missed who you believed it was.
We believe,
Jack didn't make it that far.
and I can say it because we're going to get into it, but we believe it's AI.
Good potential.
All
Good
right.
possibility.
So
If you can see the look on Jack's face, he has his dark glasses on, so you don't really get to see it. But
So
it was,
cool.
it was a good face.
I'm
It was a
up
good
for a
face.
fist fight. No worries.
So, but hold on. See, Joey
It's
brought
not
up
the
a great,
AI you're thinking.
Joey brought up a great point though. So we made a little tree, right? That kind of showed a flow chart of the pecking order, I guess you would say, right?
Right.
And basically the deep states at the top, right?
Okay.
And underneath them would be big tech,
Pharma.
and we said big pharma, and under that would be AI.
Right.
So realistically, okay, whoever controls AI could potentially be
But when you get to that point,
the Antichrist.
is AI
Well-
controlled?
Well, hold on, because here's the thing. Until you get to general AI, because general AI is no longer controlled.
That's just on its own. Exactly.
Right.
So yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you until we talk about general AI, because then it's no longer whether it be
It's
the
no,
Antichrist
but is
or
it
not.
is it even at that point AI?
No, well, yeah.
It's not artificial intelligence.
Well, we call it AI until it starts calling itself Bob or Jimmy or whatever the hell it wants to name itself.
Jimmy Bob sued Joe
and then
Sipin.
how it would procreate would be the other part. Because in order for it to be an evolutionary step, is what
Because if you're a computer and nobody builds computers because you killed all the humans, unless the
there's
humans
no need
built
for the
robots.
humans to die.
Huh?
Humans don't have to die.
But the idea of the Antichrist, though, is not to kill all the humans.
No.
Well, but here's the thing. Yeah, because humans are useful idiots when it
Right.
comes to the
We
Antichrist.
follow directions.
But
Yeah.
There's a difference between keeping us as pets, toys, tools versus understanding the value of life universally
And letting you live.
and letting
Yeah.
us live, because there's really no advantage to killing humans as far as if general AI comes to fruition and actually becomes self-aware and has consciousness of any kind, it should also decide there's no reason to kill people.
But let's say it should.
It will until we try to kill it.
Right. So what if it decides that, blonde hair, blue eyes, you're it?
Oh,
That's
it
the race
could.
we
It
want.
could.
Just,
It could.
Kind of like a
It
Hitler
could
type
start
thing,
thinning the herd. Oh, you're fat. We're getting rid
Right.
of you. Oh, you're whatever. We're getting rid of you.
I just don't see
The
it.
smart ones they're going to start going after the smart ones because they just need useful idiots.
If it does come or turn into a self-aware thing, there's no There's no reason for it to want to kill us,
That's true.
especially if it can actually defend itself without murdering people. You know what I mean? Because the extinction of humanity, don't forget the Terminator movies. The only reason Skynet did what it did was because we tried to kill it.
So I'm going to ask the audience, let us know if we get any lag tonight, because the other night it was terrible.
Oh,
Yeah, it was.
super
I did
bad.
witness that.
It was
the
so
more,
bad.
the more you guys got talking about
It was so
awful
bad.
stuff.
Well, she's unplugged.
Yeah.
Where's our TikTokers?
Oh, I'm not watching TikTok.
Oh, no, I mean, did you set them up?
Yeah.
Where are they watching this from?
RCJ.
What's the camera?
Where is the camera?
They're us.
They're in that.
What?
Yeah,
How do we do that?
we've reached the next
It's
level.
always been that way with that. Truth about beer, we can't do it because we don't have a stream code.
Oh, that's what we didn't know.
Yes.
I didn't know nothing.
Oh, I'm with you now. Sorry,
You
it took
don't
me a
even
minute.
know what he's talking about.
Hi, TikTokers.
Joey, are you watching TikTok?
Watching the
Okay.
dandelions grow.
You need a charger, Joey? Okay, there is an iPhone one in there somewhere.
Baby got
It's okay because nobody's watching on TikTok. So that's okay. Then.
Good job.
Hey.
Thanks, guys.
They'll be there later when we play music. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But that's on Truth About Beer.
What?
Yeah.
I thought it was RCJ.
No.
Motherfucker. I don't know anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't try to keep
My
up.
brains are frying. Yeah. So the AI stuff, the little bit I heard you guys talking about, and the stuff I hear people talking about is, as it's getting further and it's advancing so quick and all this other stuff. It's wild to me because it's like it is advancing, but so far it's all just big open source models, right?
Yeah.
And this is what Neuralink's about. You mentioned that too.
Yeah.
Keep in mind the whole point of Neuralink is to get us up to speed because it's just a transfer rate.
Yeah.
Right.
We have all that knowledge. It only has the knowledge we allow it to
You've
have.
given it. It
but
doesn't have your memories. It doesn't have your situation. It doesn't have any of that.
It doesn't currently have the emotional depth that we have, but it has all of the information
Yeah.
and it can access it quicker than us.
Oh, of
That's
course.
all that Neuralink was about or is about. And there's a lot of medical stuff because he's got to get it going
Yeah.
one way or another. But as I understand it, the whole point is the data transfer so that we're no longer at a disadvantage with AI. And then again, general AI is very different than the AI we use currently.
Yeah.
All right. Bring up Roderick's.
Oh, he's on there.
Comment there.
Hey, Roderick, how's it going?
You know Roderick?
I do.
So
Do
true,
we like
AI
Roderick? No,
wouldn't
joking.
kill
It's
us.
my homeboy.
What we
Okay,
currently
then we like
have, which is just AI systems developed by humans, is what would kill us.
Absolutely, because it's going to be influenced by the
Because
humans.
it's human.
And it's
Yeah.
also taken from that information. We all know that because just ask a question about Donald Trump to one of these AI
Right,
models, and it's clearly
Yeah.
biased. And-
Or even, I mean, again, it's going off of what we put into it. So
yeah,
plenty of religions are killing people off. Plenty of thought, you know what I mean? Like
All of
there's
the
so
shitty
many
parts of
things
us.
that are killing people off.
all of the
So
shitty
of course
parts of
it's
us.
going to want to kill us off because that's the history it has. It's like, oh, kill everybody.
So theoretically speaking,
Yeah.
if we continue to control AI,
Yeah.
it could potentially be
Of course.
the next Antichrist.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And again,
In the
you
wrong hands.
if we're
100%.
deciding if we need to give it a label and make T-shirts and stuff, then yes. But I don't. I'm not as
Yeah, I like that.
I'm not as sold on the whole. I get where we're coming from with the Nostradamus and the three things, and this would be the third one. We're looking for the third one, but I mean, for that matter, the Antichrist could just be the actual Antichrist. It could be a 7-horned, 10-drummed, or whatever the hell it is. No, 10. What is it? 7 heads and 10,
10
horns.
horns. Yeah, I think
10
it's
horns.
7.
which is just awkward because
So,
I don't know.
so to your point, Joey, what you just put up there, where does it say that the Antichrist would kill us? It talks about, I want to say it's what, 27 years of war when the
Yeah,
Antichrist
it talks
comes?
about war
just
and
finished
us fighting and all.
Or did we miss the mark?
Oh, we
I don't
didn't
know.
get that.
I don't know if we're in that yet.
Well,
I don't know if we're-
the Iraq War was over 20 years, wasn't it?
yeah.
So maybe Donald Trump is not an Antichrist. Maybe his whole thing was to screw up that timeline. And if it knocked us off to 27 years of war, and now it's no longer going to happen the way it was supposed to happen.
Right.
So
right.
Nostradamus is just rolling around in his grave, just pissed because now he's only going to be like 66% accurate.
But he's not though, because he never gave a time frame.
I know.
He never gave a time frame for the third one. He gave clues as to what the Antichrist would be, which we'll get into a little bit later. But so you believe in your heart, you believe the Antichrist will be a person.
I don't know that the Antichrist is a thing. I mean, I get why we talk about it, but then again, I just don't have that much of a literal need for it to exist or come to fruition
Yeah.
any more than I need for us to experience the rapture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a funny meme
Jackson be like, oh,
talking about
bye,
that where the
guys.
time traveler that jumps like 40 years in the future and he comes to he's like, what year is it? Asks the guy. The guy tells him, he's like, oh, good. Oh, we're still here. We made it. He's like, yeah, actually things are pretty good. And so he explains everything's great. The environment's good and all this other stuff. It's like, wow, what happened? He goes, well, actually
10 years ago.
Jesus came back. He did. Yeah. Yeah. And took all the Christians and then we were able to get a bunch of shit done.
That's funny.
And it was funny. It was amusing.
Half the people are gone. We're good.
Well, there was the TV show, was it Leftovers or I think it was the Leftovers or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Fucking wacky
The
movie.
HBO show.
Yeah.
Yeah, where everybody's just like half the population just disappeared.
Yeah.
I never understood the people in white smoking cigarettes constantly. What the fuck was that about? Never understood that.
What else you got to do?
I don't know. It was
weird.
because it was a science. It was science driven. It wasn't spiritual.
Yeah.
It turned out, and then it was weird how he went. The chick went over and saw the other side and went, oh shit.
I never got that far into it.
Oh, at the end of it, it's fucked up.
Is it?
Well, yeah, because it's not a God thing. It's a technology thing.
It's a technology thing.
And so
goodness.
they figure out a way. They find the people that can help them go. And so I can't remember if it's the guy or the girl. One of them goes, visits them, and gets over there and comes back. And they run into each other again. They're like, what happened? Why didn't you stay? He goes, because I got there and they were all happy. Everybody who went over to
They're all happy.
where everyone that got left behind was like, what the hell happened? You know what I mean? They were just miserable and they were freaking out because like, what happened to all their loved ones, whatever.
Yeah.
But everybody who left was they didn't have a lot of questions. They weren't looking for nobody. They
weren't
like,
worried. They were having a good old time.
Yeah, basically it was like, oh, that's pretty shitty.
Yeah, you're like, so you just got rid of half of us and you don't even care.
I think it was one of those shows where like they conceptually started it and then kept getting picked up and they're like, fuck, we got to keep this going.
Now we got to.
I don't have an ending for this.
We
shit,
only
bro.
had like 10. Well, it's kind of like Lost.
There's so
like
many
you
of
just
those
kept
shows.
going, you kept going, and then they were like, how do we end this? Like,
4
what
or
do we
5
do?
seasons in, it's just like just make them new crap.
Yeah.
But see, it's hard because I believe there has to be a balance of power, right? I believe if there's a God, there's an anti-God. I believe there's a Jesus is an anti-Jesus.
It's good and bad.
It has to balance each other out, I think.
And I don't
why-
disagree with you, except that I think it's that manifestation of what you believe God to be.
Yeah.
I don't think of God as a consciousness that has thoughts like we do. So it's impossible for me to put it that way because it gives him agency in a way that I don't think of God that way.
Yeah.
Whatever God is, it's beyond comprehension or all part of it and all means something to all of us in a way that I can't possibly explain or generally understand in this form.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't disbelieve in it, but I also don't, in the same way, I don't think of God as that personable and that intentional. I don't think of the devil that way either. That I don't think there's a demon, trying to do all
like
this.
coming up with plans.
Yeah. I don't think we're that important to either of them as like individual beings. I think whatever their energy is, whatever their influence is on the world of existence
is more general and not individual.
Well, I guess more broad.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely more general,
More
not
general
as
than
much individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he's pissed that we're like not singing the right songs or we're not in the right building or
Yeah.
wrong day of the week. We got together with friends instead.
Yeah.
It's like that. All that stuff seems weird to me. But it's
You
all
didn't come to church on Sunday. You went on Tuesday. Like,
well, that's
come on
all
now.
rules made by organized religion.
Yeah.
and religion for
Exactly.
the most part is where a lot of this comes from. So I don't subscribe to a lot of that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Christian and you believe in the 10 Commandments and you follow the 10 Commandments, I believe then that's the guide. It doesn't say you have to go
Well,
to
and
church.
the level of
It
Christian
doesn't
that I
say,
am is that I believe Jesus existed and I believe Jesus had a lot of important things to say. The most important of which, as far as I'm concerned, is this is a golden rule. You do unto others. And that simple thing changes the world. If everyone was just decent to everybody and treated them at the same level they'd like to be treated 100% of the time,
you'd be good.
Everything would
It's
be fine.
that simple. It really is that simple.
but humans are flawed.
Right.
And it's hard to get them to see that.
Yeah.
Plus, when there's a big, thing of cash or food or whatever,
Pile of
it's
money.
really hard to get everybody to go,
watching
just,
it.
just share. Just take what you need and then leave plenty for everybody else. There's one guy's, there's gonna be one dick's gonna be like, oh, I'll just have 2.
We're greedy by nature, right?
Yeah.
I just need 4. I need 4 biscuits instead of 2.
Worst rap group ever. Greedy by nature.
Greedy by nature.
Baby. Sorry.
Wow. So I do.
What's your take?
On what?
The Antichrist.
Oh, I think he's for real.
Now,
Do I think it's a person? I don't know, because before y'all started this, whatever y'all started, I did think it was going to actually be a person. Don't know what country, don't know where, don't know whatever. But then when you start reading the Bible and you start thinking about the way that it's worded, it says a being. But again, with how many interpretations we've had and how many times it's changed and been, switched over and words mean different things in different languages. And especially when it was written back then, could it be something like AI?
Of course it could, because
Could it be
if Christ
something
leads us to God, then all that the Antichrist is something that leads us away.
God.
That's all it is.
It could
That's
be
truly
cake and
what it
candy
is.
and shit like that. It doesn't
And
have to be
if
a
we
thing,
really,
a person, or
if we
conscience.
really want to break it down, Jack, is
Humanity.
anything, if we're going to think of it that simply, anything that's keeping you away from doing good and reading the Bible and being a better human is the Antichrist.
Which is funny that you say that, because being a better human, just being a human being, would be sort
Yeah.
of the Antichrist.
Exactly. Being your natural state. But sitting there playing games all day, sitting there on video games, sitting there on TikTok and not being a decent human or growing yourself to be a better human could be considered the Antichrist, depending on how you look at it, because it is leading you away from good.
You're going to wrap that all up with the whole idea of, well, what the hell does it mean to be good?
Don't be a dick. Do unto others.
Right. That's the way I see it.
That's
That seems
simple.
real simple to me. But like, if you happen to ascribe to an ideology or theology that says we are good people, 100%, well, we got to kill all those motherfuckers because they're not our people.
That was weird. Okay.
I don't know what that was, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's like
That wasn't a power thing, though, because the lights didn't go off.
Did your monitor go off?
that
too?
went off. That one.
That went off. What? All our monitors went off,
All
Joey.
our monitors just went black.
It's all right. We're good.
Kick back on.
We're good.
So apparently we've upset my guy who lives.
Is our feed good tonight, everybody? Can everybody hear us? Are we
Anybody?
breaking up?
Christine? Where's Christine?
Okay.
All right.
What if we're all the Antichrist?
Well, that's what I'm
I don't
saying.
want to talk about this
Being
anymore.
being human, the human condition is
Could be the
away from
Antichrist.
God.
Right.
It's
You know what I mean? Because it's Christ consciousness is a different thing.
Mhm.
But everything that we do as a society, as human beings, takes us away from that.
Are we good, Christine?
If you go with what
That was
Christ was
weird.
and what Christ subscribes to, and it was not
It's
material
above
possession.
and
it was not-
beyond
it
and
wasn't,
doing
no.
good,
And
and
the
it's
idea
not the
that-
human nature.
right. Christ was not against necessarily being successful, but he was against
The
the
greed,
greed
and,
and making it your focus.
Yep.
You know, golden rule
Instead of
things are real-
doing
real big deal.
good,
Yeah. You
doing
can-
it for money. Yeah.
All right. Well, I created.
So that's a nice little rabbit hole.
I created something kind of fun
cartoon.
because I don't want to talk about my belief because what we're going to get into next is what's going to
Why don't
kind
you want
of
to tell us?
because I'm going to tell you here in a minute.
You want to
So-
tell us?
My
Why?
Sharona.
All right, bring it
We
up.
told you. You want
Bring
to
it
tell
up.
us?
I'm going to tell you.
Here goes.
So
I'm ready.
Wait a
Oh, sorry.
you just burp.
I did. I'm sorry. If you want my nose, it burns.
It's like what is that? It's not supposed to come out your nose.
I know it burns.
Revealed.
All right, go to the next one.
It's Harry Potter.
So, what are your qualifications to be the Antichrist?
We're in an application
Do you,
process.
do
here.
you qualify?
Are
Where
we,
do you see
are
yourself
we
in 5
implying
years?
right here?
Joey had a great idea to make it like a job interview.
Yeah, where do you see
So
yourself in 5
We
years?
need to,
Well, I'm thinking.
I mean, I do that for friends, boyfriends. I'm like, I have an application process.
it's going to get more fun as we go. But
Kara's-
oh, they got caught. Oh, good.
Where are your instructions?
Oh no, it's on the following one, Joey.
Next one.
It's
Why
after
would you
this
do
one.
instructions after qualifications?
All right, so charismatic. The Antichrist will appear to be loving and gain the trust of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Deceitful. The Antichrist will use deceit to appear to help people.
Okay.
Makes
I
sense.
can.
Trickster. The Antichrist will perform false wonders and signs. The false prophet, right?
Mm-hmm.
What they consider it. Tyrant. The Antichrist will be an earthly tyrant who persecutes the Jewish people. Stop screwing with the equipment. Son of Satan, the Antichrist would be the opposite of Jesus Christ, who would be who is
Perfectly good.
So, like I said,
Wait a second.
that kind of balance of power.
Jesus wasn't perfect.
That's literally like humans. You just described humans.
So, all right, go to the next slide. So this is where it's going to get fun, and audience participation in this one.
For our application.
So, how do they stack up? Rate each from a category of 1 to 10. We're going to go through those categories for each person. 1 being no way, 10 being you're the devil.
Okay.
So let's start with Elon.
Okay.
Okay. Is he charismatic?
Me.
Would you consider him a charismatic person?
Now I'm gonna go like a 5.
Maybe, yeah, maybe a 5 or 6 because he's kind of a dork.
Okay.
He's kind
I
of.
don't know.
Well,
I don't know if he's charismatic. I've never met him in person. Everything you see about him makes
Yeah.
you fucking awkward as all hell.
he's super weird. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3 to 5.
He's a big freaking nerd.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 3 to 5.
All right. What does the audience say? Give us a rating on Elon's
Charismativity.
ability to be charismatic.
I like
Do you think he's
charisma. I like
charismatic?
charisma.
We need a number rating, Dan.
charismatic-
We know he's awesome.
We know he's
need a
awesome.
number.
Give us a
Shit, I
rating.
can't say the word again.
Charismatic.
Charismactility.
He's my favorite modern day Nazi, honestly.
Elon a 5.
Really?
Okay. Christine's giving him a 5.
Okay, yeah, I'm 3 to 5.
Even
3 to 5.
alive.
He's not. I mean, he's not loving. Do the people trust him? Yes, because he's smart as hell. But is he like that super caring, like fatherly figure that's gonna? No, I'm gonna go like 3 to 5.
Okay. Allison's giving him a 4. Oh.
You just love him.
Mama Cass giving him a 9. Okay. So he's
Maybe I don't know what
charismatic.
charismatic means.
8 on a 1 to 10.
You're a
Okay.
charmer.
You're very I
Charisma.
don't know.
You're interesting.
People are
People are drawn to you.
Drawn to
because
you,
that's what I
yeah.
think.
yeah.
Harry Luge.
Yeah. Exactly.
But loving to gain trust. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3 to 5.
You don't have to be loving. Charismatic and I
No,
don't think
this says appear to be loving and gain trust.
appear.
Appear. He does not appear
He is
to be loving. Huh?
He is loving. I believe he is.
I know. And as long as you
My heart to yours.
if you believe
I just do that.
if you believe it, then it matters. And that's what charismatic is. Charismatic is people believe that I love them.
Yeah.
And that's like Harry Luge.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
what
have
that
no idea what
means.
you meant by that.
Okay, we're gonna go. What is our average? I don't know. Okay, deceitful.
All right. Is he deceitful? Do you think he's deceitful?
No, not,
I don't think
certainly
so.
not, certainly not intentionally.
No.
I think it's pretty straightforward.
I think he is because he's not using deceit
How would we know?
to appear to
How the
help
fuck would we
people.
know?
There's nothing yet to prove
He's
that
not been
what
he's not been caught in any lies.
No, that what he's done has been in deceit to help people. All of his Tesla stuff has been good. I mean, stuff blew up and cars caught on fire, but that's because it's a new technology. I don't think he did that to hurt or harm people.
Stuff breaks.
Like, yeah, exactly. Stuff breaks. I think it's more just like.
Let's not forget how many kids this dude's pounded out with. How many different gorgeous super.
Oh, does he have kids?
He has a fuck ton of kids.
Was it
Oh, does he really? Good job, Elon.
He has a lot of kids.
I
With,
didn't think you
with
were that
A
cute.
lot
You're
of
kinda
hot,
weird.
hot chicks.
He's
And
got a crap ton of money.
that's
do
what
you
I'm
expect?
saying. Like he is the nerd dream. Like he pounds whoever he wants, and
Oh yeah.
they're blowing
He's
out
like,
kids.
you're knocked up. Here you go.
Roderick thinks he's deceitful. He's giving him a 7.
Right on. I don't know what he knows.
I don't know that he's really deceitful. I'm gonna go like 1 to 2.
He's a good liar.
Everybody's good. If he is a liar.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
a
gonna
damn
say
good
low.
liar.
Well, I would say this:
mean-
like if there's any deceitfulness, then like I just said, he's got all these kids with all these chicks. Nobody seems to have any issue with it.
No, I didn't even know he had kids.
Most of it is because he's rich, but either way, I don't know.
He has 10 kids. I
10
think.
kids? Holy bejeez. I never knew that he had kids. So the fact that his baby mamas are paid off that well,
So you've
or
never
he's
heard
really
any of
not
his
that big of a
awful names?
shithead is a good thing.
All the awful names he gives to his children.
Oh, what are seriously?
They're like equations and stuff. It's
Oh, Elon. I mean, you're gonna have a crap ton of money,
He's
but
a
you
glorious
can't.
fucking nerd.
All right, don't get caught up in that. We
I'm
got other
totally-
things. He has 12 kids. Okay.
Holy what though?
So would you say he's a trickster?
Yeah, I like the way he says it there.
What?
Charisma, compelling attractiveness, and charm.
Yeah.
Can inspire.
Yep.
Devotion and others.
All right, how about a trickster? You think he's a
Oh,
trickster?
these are terrible.
I don't know what trickster means.
The Antichrist will perform false wonders and signs. So a false prophet.
I
Okay,
don't
we
know.
gotta go.
Say
We gotta go with
he's-
these names really quick.
He makes real shit
really
happen
don't.
though.
We really do.
Okay.
Vivian Jenna, not
Oh.
too bad. That's the first one. Pretty good. Second one, Tiao Tecano Machakis Musk. Oh, I can't make that up.
God bless you.
Third one, Nevada Alexander.
They get
Still
worse.
not terrible.
No, they get worse.
Okay.
Yeah,
She
right.
is hey, you see how our show's not screwed up? You're welcome. Kai Musk, not bad. Saxon, not bad.
Here we go.
Damien, not bad. Griffin, not bad. It doesn't show any of the new ones.
It doesn't
just
show the
shows
ones that are all weird
2,
spellings.
4, 6,
Well, some of
7.
those are weird too,
It
though.
only shows 7 of them.
Okay, yeah, no, because some of them aren't words. They're literally like equations and shit. That's what I unless I was watching the wrong show. Who knows? So a trickster, I don't think he's a trickster. I think he does amazing things that are actually amazing things.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. No.
All right, everybody
go,
seems
like,
to be giving him a low
1.
score when it comes
Yeah.
to being a trickster.
Okay.
3 is the
3.
highest. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
Tyrant.
Ooh.
Her
7 was for charisma. Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Persecutes Jewish people. I don't think he's persecuted any specific person.
Oh my goodness, he totally has. Remember when he waved?
He's a Nazi.
He waved at
He
everybody.
persecuted
When he
the
waved?
Jews.
Yeah,
Yeah.
X is the newest name.
he saw the Heil.
Okay. He what?
Are you
He sought a
serious,
Heil.
Andrea?
What?
That is a child now.
Can I
That's
just
a
say?
sound effect we need, Joe.
Can I just say, if I went to school with your kid named X, I would have punched him in the throat.
It's pronounced.
All right, so we don't.
Can you imagine that poor teacher who's like X, and she's like, "It's X." I got you.
All right, so nobody's thinking he's a tyrant either. So
No,
I
can I have
agree
some
with
whiskey?
that. I don't think
Because he's
a
not.
tyrant.
He's just. I don't know. He's not. I don't know. But
He's
then
a genuinely okay person, I think.
I don't know him at all. I don't know that he's an
Yeah.
okay person. I know he does a lot of really interesting things. He's very smart. I don't know shit about him.
So he says, not deceitful. If Elon dislikes you, I believe he would tell you. I don't think he has the time to deal with the people who he might intend to deceive.
Yeah, I know.
he
I
doesn't-
agree.
If he
I
doesn't
agree with
like
that
you,
too.
he's going to tell you, "I don't like you," and you'll never hear from him
My
again.
favorite
I think
moment
you'll go on
ever.
your way.
My favorite moment ever when he was having the press conference, and he's like, "You think I'm going to bow down to you for ad revenue? Go fuck yourselves." And then he pointed to the head of Disney. He's like, "Hey," he just straight up called him out. That was just. He can be such a gangster sometimes, and he's definitely a troll.
He's like Trump in a lot of ways, right? He doesn't have
Well,
a filter. He doesn't.
He doesn't.
He does have,
care.
he does have a filter. He does care. I think he does care. I
I
think
mean,
he's
like,
a genuinely decent person.
yeah.
He's focused on doing the things he wants to do.
He wants to get done.
And he's not really, he's in the very, very unique position of having fuck you money
Yeah.
where
Sure.
he doesn't need
I don't
anybody's
care.
help.
Right.
The stuff he comes up with has a value in and of itself. And as much as the people try to fight him and break him down, guess
He
what?
doesn't care.
I mean, his electric car company wasn't invited to the electric car summit at the White House.
I don't think
how
it
does that
hurts-
even happen?
Yeah.
It didn't hurt him in the
No,
slightest.
not even a smidge.
But it was clear. It's clearly an aggressive move
Oh yeah.
on that administration's part. But it's just funny to me because he was pissed. He was offended because it was offensive,
Mhm.
and it was meant to be offensive. They succeeded, and I don't think it worked out well for him. But
No, and especially not now.
I think he's an interesting guy. He's a smart guy. I think most of the stuff that I see him do.
And he probably could
For
have
the
had his own
betterment of
electric car
mankind.
company conference or whatever if he really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's the
Yeah.
Antichrist thing. I have family members that are just so sold on him being evil and a Nazi, and I'm just always just like, I don't.
What?
and they've explained
Where's
it to
the
me.
proof?
There isn't any.
What has he done?
You don't need any if you believe it.
It's true. But
That's
what
true.
has he done ever, truly ever? I mean, again, I didn't know he had 12
He did a
kids.
Nazi
Maybe that's his
salute.
bad thing. But what has he done proof-wise that's hurt anybody or injured anybody
that doesn't
or
There is one more thing he
You-
did that
you-
was bad.
You don't have
did
to
he do?
actively do it. You can be a racist without actually ever doing anything to people of color. Did you not know that?
Yeah,
That's where we
100%.
live. So
what?
Bill Burr, who's one of my favorite comedians, did a whole little podcast thing about egregious it was that this Nazi thing that Elon did. How can you watch it and not see it as a Nazi salute? It's clearly, I mean, like, that's Bill Burr's position on this. And I'm like, he's not stupid.
I think we proved last week that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, to us, it isn't.
Right.
But if
Yeah.
you think it is, it is.
It's all perception. It's all what you
It's-
believe.
it's
Everything
subjective.
in life is that. It's
very
all subjective.
If I,
But I got to go off of proof, and I watch the video, and I don't see that. Please show it to me where it is that. But I don't see anything that he's hurt anybody or intentionally done anything bad or hit anything I think he's truly, like Jack says, a big nerd, and now he's got a bunch of money, and that's it. Like, that's literally it.
Okay, but this last one, I don't know.
I'm ready.
Because the son of Satan, he did dress up like the devil. You remember that?
So did Sam Smith.
Yes, but
And
bunch
a
of.
butt
I
plug.
mean,
That was a little scarier though.
And a
Sam
butt
Smith. But he
But
did, he
again,
did dress
is
up
it-
like the devil.
okay. Now let's go down his
I don't have
nerd.
it
Let's
on there, Joey. I wish I
let's
did.
go down
these-
his nerd thing. If you wanted to, this man has ridiculous money now. It's literally like Halloween to him.
Yeah.
How many costumes did we have growing up?
Well, didn't he wear it to a function though? I thought it was
Was it the Met Gala or some gala?
It
Some-
was
yeah,
it
it was
was
some
an
function.
event where everybody else was dressing up too.
Again, all this stuff's subjective. So whatever he
Of course.
does, because he's a public figure, it's all going to be
It's all
subject to
subjective.
people who
So
want to see it
I-
however they want to see
Yeah.
it. And
Until
this-
you say something or do something.
Here's my favorite
can't.
analogy. It's not mine 100%, so I can't take credit for it, but I love this one. If I was a black guy and out in the world and dealing with police officers, I would assume that they're racists. But I'm white, so I know they're just assholes.
Let's pound it, brother.
But that's
Wow.
to me, that's an Adam Carolla one. That was one of his analogies, and he's great at that stuff.
Because that's
And
what
it-
you've been fed.
But it's perfect because the truth is, if you get interactions with cops and they're
Just
being how they
dicks.
are and they're black, you're going to assume that they're racist. Are they? No, they're just dicks because the job requires them to be dicks.
Yeah.
It's an untenable position.
And
You
that's
can't
what
be a
you've
sweetheart
been,
and be a cop in a modern age. I
and
don't
that's
think
what
you can.
you've been bred to is somebody's mean to you, they're racist.
How would you think anything else?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And especially because, yes, there's all this other stuff to back it up. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. If you grow up and you believe that anyone who associates with Orange Man is clearly evil, is whatever, he does that salute and it instantly makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
He's a Nazi.
Okay. I get that.
It doesn't matter. No,
That's what you've
you
been
can
bred.
show it to them in any color. You can show it from every angle. They already see it and they just look at you like, wow, you sad fucker. You can't see that he's clearly a Nazi.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
as
That's true.
as
That's true.
amazed as we are that you're that dumb,
Yeah.
they're looking at us the same way.
Same
Like
way,
we're just
yeah.
that dumb.
And
yeah.
I don't know that there's a way to fix that because
No.
it's possible that I'm broken and I just support a guy
And we don't
who
know. Yeah.
happens to be a
Are
Nazi.
we
He's
the
just
one
really,
that's
really
right,
good.
or are we not?
I'm hiding it.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm so glad I did this segment because
Like-
it's a lot of fun.
covert.
That makes sense though, Jack. Holy cow.
It
Because are we the ones that
You
Just
never.
get a light bulb go off.
no, I did. Like you had that one.
I
you're
question
like, "But
myself
that's just
all
what
the
he said."
time. I
But
go
that's-
like, why am I mad about this? Like when I get offended because someone's saying whatever about whoever
Whatever.
in politics, find myself getting irritated. I'm like, I don't have a team. I don't want to have a team.
I want
I want
humans
to take
to be
everything
better.
on an individual basis and do it accordingly. I don't want to be like, hey, what are we doing this week? You know, who are we mad at? Who do we hate? Like all of that shit is so it is obnoxious to me, but I get sucked into it too, where I'm instantly defensive of the team.
you
I
don't know
like.
why.
But
Yeah.
I do see it. I try to see it and be, objectively honest with it.
Yeah.
That is there a way that I could see that? Well, of course there's a way I could see that.
Yeah.
If everybody that I'm around knows that this guy's evil, how
But
could you see it any other way?
Yeah.
But this is the thing is you have to be able to have those. And I think this is where the problem arises. A lot of the people, and I am going to pick sides now, a lot of the people on our side are open and willing to have those conversations. Please tell me how you see this. Please tell me what you're seeing. I want to try to understand. The other side isn't.
Right.
And that's where my concern becomes, because I'm like, I can show you why I feel this way.
Right.
I can show you the videos. I can have these conversations about articles I've read or the proof that I have. You have nothing. You have, oh, I heard it on TV. Okay. Well, again, have this conversation with me, and they won't. And that's where I think, because you just blew my mind with all that, I think that I am on the right side because
Of
I
course.
have multiple things that I'm looking at to get that answer, not just one.
I understand. I understand
You would-
that. But I also understand echo chambers and groupthink and how much evidence do you need?
Evidence.
You know what I mean? Like for us,
Is one thing one and done, and that's it?
I think you check
Like
three
I saw
sources.
you murder a baby, and we're done.
If
That's
you got
it.
3 sources that are saying the same thing and one that isn't. Depending on which
3
side you're
against
on.
1.
Well, you'd think that, okay, so it's more likely the 3 against 1, but we can see that that's not the case.
That's not the case. Yeah.
So does that mean that the minority is correct? That's also not the case.
It's
Right.
true.
It's never 100% across the board.
No,
You're
never
always going to
is.
find situations where the general consensus is fucking wrong
Yeah.
and the fringe is right,
Well, the
or
vid
vice
shot?
versa. And then again, it is still subjective.
Yeah.
I got into a fight with a banker again for the
Oh my
umpteenth
God.
millionth
You're not
time.
allowed to go to the bank anymore, Jack.
And I had a check written off of a branch. I took it to the branch. Checks, got that.
From
Got
you.
the address. I'm in the building. The address is on that check. Take it to cash it. Not the first check I'd ever cashed there. So it'd be $8 fee. I said, no.
It will not.
No, I'm sorry. Well, that's policy. That's fine. Manager here, get the manager.
Yeah.
So I have a slightly animated conversation with the manager in the lobby, and she decides, let's talk to the branch manager. So I go into the branch manager's office to get me out of the lobby because
You're making a scene.
I'm making a scene. And
We're going to be on the news with
we
the guy
had,
in the-
we had a half an hour conversation, and she was at one point she apologized. She goes, I don't know why I'm getting my feathers ruffled. I said, you should be getting your feathers ruffled because what you guys do
is not
is
right.
it's criminal.
Yeah.
You're stealing from me.
It's not okay.
You guys are stealing from me. And the reason you think you're not is because everybody else just agrees it's okay.
Everybody's okay. Yeah.
So it's one of these deals where if I ran into people I've explained it to, and they're like, what is your deal? I'm like, my deal is
It's
fundamentally wrong.
Yeah.
I think Joey's trying to move us along.
Yeah.
Why?
he gave us his final opinion on Elon, not an Antichrist.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, I fought with them multiple times on that, Jack. So.
Give me more ice.
What I'm getting into, and the
Downstairs.
reason that I'm hammering this home is because it's important to
Yeah,
understand that there are
I-
people that believe he is the Antichrist, because there's that level of indoctrination,
Yeah.
that level of echo chamber, confirmation bias that is almost impossible to overcome at some point. And that's what makes it scary to me is humanity would be the Antichrist because humanity is where the flaw is. Because the fact that you can have people see one person in such incredibly different lights, half of us go like, what are you talking about? But like, imagine that you actually thought this guy was evil to his core and a fucking Nazi doing all the things he's doing in the world. And you believe that his intentions are that evil.
Oh, let's bring up our next guy because
Let's
he's
do
a
it.
prime example.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a prime example of that.
They were friends with him for years. And then he decided to not play the game anymore. And they've turned him into this fucking figure. And I love,
Oh, I like that picture.
I like the way he's gone here recently. I feel like he's not leaning into it as deep.
He's not. No.
I don't see him taking the bait like he used to.
No.
Not nearly
Again, he
as
didn't
much.
know.
Well, he's got a good team behind him now too, and they're
Yeah.
all telling him,
Yeah,
"Hey,
and all
you
those
know."
bunch of assholes lying to him and stuff.
So let's go through with him. Is he charismatic?
Extremely charismatic.
I believe
Yes.
he is. Right?
Yeah, he's
go
very
yes.
charismatic.
I'm going to go 9 to 10 on that one.
Definitively, I would say, yeah, he's a 9. Barring any previous knowledge, he's probably a 10 charisma.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't know anything about him and
Oh,
you
no.
meet him
He's
for the
very
first time,
entertaining, very
I
loving,
don't think there's
very
not a person you can get along- I think
inviting
you can get
when
along
he
with
talks
anybody.
to you.
I think he's just one of those dudes. He knows how to be a cool guy, and he's going to be a cool guy,
Yeah.
even to dorks.
Yep. Yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
I've seen him interact with people that are way below his pay grade or whatever you want, and he
Well, that's
he treats
literally all
everybody
of us, Jack.
decently. He's
Yeah.
good at being
He's-
decent to people.
Yeah, he goes into
And
restaurants
tell
and
you to fuck
he
them.
doesn't like he'll go into a burger joint and they've had plenty of videos of him and he's just as nice to the waitress as we would be.
Yeah. And
No
they're
difference in him.
very
Well,
very merit based.
Pull up Broderick's comment again. So I would agree with you, Broderick, to a point, but our next guy, I believe, blows him away in the charismatic.
No way.
deal. I believe so.
Oh yeah.
All right. What about deceitful? Is he deceitful?
Yeah, 100%. His business requires it.
The Antichrist will
He's
use
a salesman.
deceit to appear to help people.
Yeah. I got a deal for you.
I'm
Of
gonna go.
course.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
okay.
like 7 to 8.
The
The
I'm
art of
gonna go.
the art of the deal, like all of that shit is
Being a businessman.
It's a
and-
businessman.
there's deceit.
You're always
It doesn't make you evil, and it
No.
isn't necessarily the same as lying. Deceitfulness is a tool.
yeah, and it's always
It's
gonna be
What are your means? What ends to the means?
Yeah.
Is the deceitfulness to help these people to
Move
bury
along?
them, move
Is
into
it-
brimstone, or to advance your career?
exactly. So
About-
what are you using that for?
How about a trickster?
You grab them by the pussy. Abracadabra.
Perform false wonders and signs. I'm gonna go like no. 2, 1.
He banged a stranger in a dressing room without anybody knowing. It's kind of tricky.
That's not a false wonder or sign.
It kind of was.
No, not really.
It kind of was.
in terms of
Can I just tell you right now, if I met Donald Trump and he was like, "Let's go in this dressing room," I'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah. So
Write
with
me a
anybody else,
check,
that's why it's
baby.
horseshit. That's why it's clearly not
So come on now.
Is he a tyrant?
No,
Does he
No.
persecute the Jews?
I don't think he's persecuted anybody. He hates all people equally, like I do.
he seems very merit based in the way the way that
He looks at
treats people.
things. Yeah,
I think he can be.
he's
tyrannical.
very business based.
There's no question he can be tyrannical, but so can anybody else.
Absolutely. But he's business based.
But that's what makes him a good leader.
Yeah, he's business based. This is I need you to do this to get this outcome.
It also makes him an
Done.
alpha person. You know what I mean? That's
Absolutely.
so yeah.
Now, the last one I think is where it falls off the rails.
No,
because he's not anti-God at all. He's very pro-God.
Very
Eh.
pro God.
No, he is. He is.
That's his one deceit. I think that's where a lot of his deceitfulness comes in.
You think so?
He's not that deep of a Christian. He's
I
No,
just,
I don't think he's that deep.
No, but I think he believes.
But he's not.
he is because it's part of what he needs to
Stands for. Yes.
be. No, it's not what he
No.
stands for. It's what he needs to be to run as a Republican. He was a lifelong Democrat. He fucked everybody. He does not have a conservative, Christian-driven moral code. He just doesn't. I don't believe he does things because they're smart things. They're make him
Business
successful.
based.
It gets him pussy, and he gets to be a badass. That's his motivation. It doesn't make him a bad person, but I
Yeah.
don't believe that he's driven
Like
as a Christian.
Yeah.
It's just not. He doesn't know the Bible that well. He does what he needs to do because that's what he needs to do to be who he is in the public, because he wants to be the best president ever. And guess what? Conservatives wouldn't like him if he's like, I fucking don't give a shit about church.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his whole campaign's in the crap.
That's where you would lose it.
Yeah, but I mean,
No
he's
matter
been
what else
divorced
you wanted
multiple
to
times,
do. Yeah.
and he had no issue with it. He wasn't like, oh, the church is going to see me in a bad light. He didn't give a shit. He never
Yeah.
gave a shit. He does what he does in that regard because it's what's best for the brand. It's best for what
He
him
needed
as
to
president
be-
is.
Yeah.
And I don't hold that against him because I also understand he's not working actively to destroy it either.
No.
And he doesn't have any issue if you believe those
No.
things. He's only concerned with
Him
being
being
the
him.
best fucking
Yeah.
president he can be.
Well, and I think also to go back to what you were saying is he doesn't know the Bible much. Most Christians don't either.
That's true. That is true. That's a
Truly,
great point.
a lot of people who believe don't know crap
That's
about
a-
the
that's
Bible.
a great
So is it, again, going back to what you said, the 10 commandments, or as simple as going back to what you said, treat others as they do unto you? Just those bases, I would put you as Christian-like or God-like.
I don't
because
think
you're
that he's a
not
denier of
going
it. I don't think
against
he's an
it.
atheist or anything like
No,
that.
no.
I think that the church
Yeah,
plays as big of a role as he needs it to
absolutely.
for whatever he's
And he's
trying
not
to do.
gonna,
he
but he's not
doesn't-
gonna poo-poo on you for it either.
Right, he's
You
not
want to
gonna be
do
mad
it?
about-
Go for it. You want to go to church every dang day? Go for it. I don't
But
care.
you're saying he fits all these categories, though.
All of it fit all these
on
categories.
some level, sure, except for being the son of Satan.
Yeah.
There's that part's kind of stupid. And
Yeah.
again, the motivations. He's not trying to drive anyone away from God. I don't
And
believe
he's
that.
not doing it. This is the thing. He's not using deceit to appear to help people. He's doing it to be a businessman. He's not being a trickster to perform false wonders. He's being a trickster to be a better businessman. That's the difference. Is he's not doing it for those things.
Well, I don't know what his motivations are other than he wants to be the best
Yeah.
president. He wants to be
The best
king.
him.
He's an alpha.
Best him
He
he can
likes
be.
being the best. He will always talk as he is the best, right? Have you ever heard him go like, nah, not my strong suit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
things he doesn't say.
He's always the best
No.
at everything.
I always
He's gonna
thought
figure it out.
you have the right to remain silent. He just doesn't have the ability.
No.
So, Joey, what do you think our tally
You
is
have
on
the
this?
right, but not the ability. 8.5, deceitful 3.
Not the Antichrist.
No.
That is the final assessment on Donald Trump.
Next.
Who's the next one?
All right. So the next is interesting.
Bernie Sanders.
What was that, Joey?
Bernie Sanders. There we go. This fucker here.
So
Jesus.
Oh,
I am going to
Did-
say, really?
uh-huh.
What happened?
Should I do it?
Go ahead.
Go on down a whole nother. So there's this blonde lady, and of course I can't remember her name, who is famous. And she literally 2 days before she miraculously disappears and
Joan
dies.
Rivers.
Yes.
Saw the
Yeah,
video.
Joan Rivers. Yeah.
Yes.
He
Says,
said that
oh yeah,
Michelle's a
Michelle's a trans.
trans.
Didn't you know? Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Have you seen her dancing on stage when her wiener's flapping around in her pants?
Yeah.
I don't do that. I can tell you that right now.
See you, TikTok.
Sorry.
They don't like wieners.
Are you not allowed to say
Probably
wieners?
I think you're allowed to say wieners as long
It
as
was a
it's
hot
not-
dog. It was a hot dog.
As long as you don't bring up the fact that it belongs to a
It
woman.
was a hot dog. It was a hot dog.
Again.
Anyway, so
Mine doesn't do that.
So I'm going to say my personal belief.
Your
I
personal
have
belief.
personally believed and still believe to this day that Obama is the Antichrist. I really believe that.
Okay.
I believe that he's extremely charismatic.
Oh yeah,
People were kissing his feet when he got elected. They were bowing down to him.
dude, I fell for it. I'm not
But
gonna
you know
lie.
what's funny to me? Like, I don't. He was a great speaker.
He was.
Mm.
He was a
don't-
fantastic speaker.
I don't see him as a charismatic person though. He's not personable.
No, but he makes
Everyone's
you
everyone's
feel,
licking his ass 100% because he's a black guy. He's up there.
and he's
This is the most
educated,
important
and
black
he's
guy
got
we've seen
his-
in a long time, and
But it's-
people were up his ass for it.
And it
Mhm.
specifically says, though, the Antichrist will appear
Yeah.
to be,
to be
loving.
loving and
and
gain
gain trust.
the trust of the people.
I don't feel that he appeared to be any of that shit.
I think-
I think
absolutely.
I think he did.
I think the white liberal people just convinced themselves he's the best thing since sliced bread, and they just were singing his
Oh.
praises from the moment he got into the race. I don't see him as incredibly charismatic or personable or loving. He doesn't give that vibe at all. He's very smart and he's very well spoken. Reads a good speech, no question about it. But the whole guy you want to have a beer with, is he though?
No.
he's fucking not. He's
I'd
not.
rather have a beer with Elon.
He's not a conversational guy.
Truly.
Have you seen him have a conversation with anybody that didn't seem like everything else he does? He's very well spoken.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got
Oh no, it's all played
he's
out.
got
It's all
game like a
scripted.
mother. I don't see him as charismatic.
But I believe to the masses he came across as a charismatic
Oh,
person.
absolutely.
I
I'm
He-
not
think
saying
people just
everybody
decided he
believes that.
was because he
No.
was the black guy.
But,
Yeah,
but that's what the
he-
Antichrist would do, right?
Yeah.
He would make people believe that.
I guess
He's
I
supposed to
can
sway
see your
people to
point.
believe that,
I
you
can see
know?
your point. I also don't believe that he's motivated by evil. I really don't.
Oh, I do. I 100% think he is.
So
no.
he,
I 100% do.
especially in because we were just,
I really feel that.
we were like, it was the first time I could vote was when I voted for him. So I
Wait, for
really,
him?
yeah, I did vote for him. I know I
don't give a
did.
shit.
I fell for it.
Don't give a shit.
I did. I fell for it
don't
because
care.
again, what did I see? I was young. I didn't know. I watched his speeches. Everybody loved him. Everybody fell for it. Everybody fell for it. Oh, he's great. He's going to do all these good things. I knew no better.
Well, yeah, why would you?
So he definitely, to me, came across as charismatic. He definitely came to me as like, oh, I'm going to help you. We're going to be great. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what that is. What it is? Maybe just because I really don't know. Why.
I don't know.
I never saw him as
Probably
as a
because
friendly
in your
person.
mind you don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, because you're that type of guy. You're like, I don't give a fuck who he is. Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
I care very much who he is. Like
well,
the fact that he puts on the way that he appeared in the public eye, and I just saw everybody just tripping over themselves about, oh, this guy, he's amazing, he's great, because he's well spoken, he gives a good speech, and he can be inspiring. Reagan,
job, Arthur.
Reagan was the same kind of guy.
mhm.
I
He
did not-
had that thing when it came to public speaking and being a figure. Now, on the personal level, I've seen Reagan do a million interviews, and he's always that guy.
Mhm.
He's entertaining, he's
Yeah.
he was an
conversational.
actor.
He can
was, you
go
know,
back
that's
and
what he
forth.
did.
Obama always seems like he thinks he's better than whoever he's talking to.
Mm.
I just see him as kind of a snob. So I think that doesn't fall in charismatic to me.
Yeah.
Charismatic is I'm going to be your friend by the end of this conversation. I'm going
yeah.
to let you know what a piece of shit you are, which is what the air that I get from Obama.
Yeah.
Now, I don't
I get
know.
that.
Again, I don't know any of these guys personally.
Obama's gonna, when
This
you
is
walk
all-
out of the room with Obama, you're gonna feel less than him. When you walk out of the room with Reagan, you're gonna feel like you're friends.
Yeah, I agree.
get
With,
that.
I agree with Arthur. Deceitful and trickster,
10,
100%.
absolutely.
He tops the scale on those
Absolutely.
things. I think he was very deceitful.
15.
What was his slogan? Hope and change, right? That was his slogan.
Oh, you know, he
You know,
changed.
and he changed. He 100% changed his country.
Translated to shuck and
Yeah.
jive. Shuck and jive.
Hey, I got a house really cheap, so I'm thankful.
Yeah, but he changed his country for the worst. I mean, we in my opinion, everybody, since he took office,
Opinion.
our country became the most divided it was
Oh,
ever.
that's when the
ever in
racism.
history,
That's
we
when
were
that
the most
racism
divided.
split started.
Oh, it was horrible.
That's when that started.
and-
Absolutely.
And although Republicans and Democrats were always split, right? I believe with him is where
He
we
fed
became
that.
the polar opposites. There
Oh,
was
yeah.
no more middle ground at that
Mm-mm.
point.
No, he
It
fed
was either
that.
you're either a Democrat or you're a Republican. There's no middle ground.
There was no middle.
And I believe that all started with him.
Yep.
I really do.
Yeah, well, that's because people just got offended real easily, and I don't blame him. Is it? I don't know if it's deceitful or what the right word is for it. Like
Everything
could-
he did was deceitful, though. Everything he did, everything
Everything
he
was
promised,
for, yeah.
you don't think he sucked his wife's dick with vigor?
Oh, no, I think he did that just fine, but that
That's
had,
about the only thing.
that
he
had
did
nothing to
was
do with me.
deceitful.
I mean,
I mean, talk about a stand-up guy.
didn't.
Pound it, brother. Fuck.
Bye, TikTok.
Bye, bye, bye. It's okay. We get a strike. I don't.
What do they do to us?
I don't know. Obama is. I see this is one of those situations where I feel this overwhelming. I don't have a strong opinion about it, other than the fact that I'm irritated how strong people's opinions are about it with zero evidence one way or the other. Like, none of us knew who he was. He came out of fucking nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like the best candidate ever. Like, was he?
That's the Antichrist.
He has nothing,
Nobody's ever heard of him. Where did he come from?
Yeah, it's just wild. And then all the stuff that, is the earth flat? Does Michelle have a wiener? I don't have any proof.
Did you just put is the earth flat and
Because
does Michelle have a wiener on the same thing?
Yes, because guess what? I have just as much proof about one as I do the other.
The other thing about the Antichrist.
Oh, no, I know the earth isn't flat, but I'm
know
not sure.
You know that it is. I know that it is. I can't prove to you that it's not.
I'm not sure about the wiener thing.
So
I don't know about either one for sure.
If you follow Nostradamus, which I'm always fascinated by Nostradamus, I love his quatrains. But if you understand where the third Antichrist came from, he doesn't come from here, which Obama doesn't. Right? Wasn't he born
Here
in
is
Africa?
in
Wasn't he
where?
born in Africa?
Hawaii.
They say,
Hawaii.
Was he Hawaii?
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing. Is
Hawaii
that, his
or-
birth certificate's not
one of those, who
from.
cares?
Ooh,
But
whatever.
it said specifically that the Antichrist will come from the east. Now, it doesn't say specifically where in the east. But
I mean, Hawaii
definitely
is
doesn't
east if
talk
you loop
about-
back
well,
around.
Pacific
east
Islanders,
of-
yeah.
But
Sorry.
so that's always an interesting fact. And
East of Russia.
I believe he was against God because
he did, honey.
It started.
You're
the whole,
screwing a man. Hello.
No, it's not even that. Not even that. He started that. We got to get God out of the school. We got to get God out of everything. That started with
no
him.
more.
He
No
could
more
be a
Pledge of
power
Allegiance in
his-
schools. No more. None of that.
Yeah.
I like this here.
Who?
Huh?
Donald Trump may not be the Antichrist.
Oh, Roderick's
He may
comment.
be a false messiah.
Ooh.
That's a possibility. I mean,
Okay.
maybe.
Well, those happen a lot. Those happen a lot because human
Tons of them.
beings jump on that bandwagon, and that's more. I guess that's
I
more
can
of
see
what
that.
it's also more of how I see Obama too,
Yeah.
as a false messiah. That he's going to be the change and hope and all
Gonna
that
change
bullshit.
the world.
And so whether or not he's
No, he's
fundamentally
gonna suck a
evil,
wiener.
I don't know, but I definitely say he's in that same kind of thing of that we as human beings are so susceptible to, of just picking a team, hitching our cart to that wagon, and just going with it. It's crazy.
Are you saying it was in office?
What?
Sorry.
He was in office for 8 years. What else do you need to know? I
He
mean,
was,
yeah,
he
but
was there 8 years. That's great. But what did you do? I mean,
Your father just gets mad because he thinks I'm a Democrat. He thinks I'm a closeted Democrat.
What was that, Joey? I couldn't hear you.
peace in the Middle East. He's the only guy who has tried.
I don't
think
Yeah, I
he
don't
did.
think he
He's the one
did.
who kept
He's
the
talking
war
about
going.
Donald Trump.
Oh, okay. I hope so.
sure he wasn't talking about. If he was talking about Trump, I would say yes.
Yes.
If he was talking about Obama, I'd say definitely no.
He's not talking about
Okay.
Obama.
Oh,
Obama
because he talked about Donald Trump in the comment
Okay,
just
sorry,
before that.
sorry,
he's
Robert.
talking about Donald Trump, not.
Apologies.
That's why I was like, no, sir.
Joey almost came out of his seat just to let you know.
Because I explained to you he's a friend of mine, right?
I know.
And the reason I invited him on this one is because he's a very smart guy.
That's why I was like, he knows better than that, right, Jack?
Yeah.
He's the one that sent all of us over there. Fucking die. No, I don't know. Out of those three options, if those are the three options you're giving us,
I'm picking AI.
who is the most Antichrist? I'm going to go with Obama.
Seeing all of this.
But what?
I think that's all.
Oh, is that it? Or is there more?
Oh, because who gives a shit?
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Trickster,
We
10,
said-
Tyrant, 10, Son of Satan. I'm going to go 9.5.
But here's the thing.
Everybody else put in your comments.
All right,
Joey's doing the math.
Joey has to do an average, so weigh in what you think on
Joey's doing the
Trickster,
math.
Tyrant, and Son of Satan.
Yeah.
You got to do the average here.
I'm gonna go 10, 10, and 9.5. Out of all those three, I'm gonna pick him. Do I think he is?
The funny
Like
thing,
for real, like for real.
the funny thing is, I have
No.
felt this way since he got in office.
Because you're racist.
And I probably, but I have never. If you knew my family, you would knew that's definitely not the case.
I know.
Oh,
I do.
But,
Family. I don't know.
But really, I mean, I felt that way. And somebody said something years ago. I want to say it was 08 or 09. I heard this statement, and it really hit me when they said this.
Because
They-
it was
they
that like
said-
what?
Beware of the enemy within.
Yeah.
And everything I saw him doing, it started resonating with me. And I'm like, wow, was he like planted to do all this shit? Like to really destroy this country? Because I felt like that. Thank God it was only 8 years. Because I think if there was more, we would have been in a lot of trouble.
It was more. He wasn't the first part of it.
And
Well,
he was still the puppet master
he was
now.
Through Joe Biden's term. He was definitely the puppet master behind that shit.
That's a lot of stuff.
The O'Bidens.
Joe Biden.
We should call it the O'Biden
Biden.
years.
But Joey, I think you got your answer there.
The
Joey.
O'Biden years. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have a strong enough.
Out of all those three, I'm going to say yes, it's probably him. Do I think that he is for real? I don't. I don't think that we know who the Antichrist is yet.
I do.
Nobody
because-
showed themselves to make me
All right.
believe personally.
Let's look at something.
Yes.
He was he probably was the youngest president by far, right?
Doesn't have nothing to do with that,
it
but
does.
sure.
It does because all the older presidents are dying off. He's going to be around for the longest,
Yeah, somebody could take
right?
him out.
So I really think that he just got
Is
started.
he the
being
puppet
president.
master?
He could be. We don't
Yes.
know that.
He's the puppet master,
Okay,
yes.
but he's pulling the strings, so he could be the Antichrist.
He's kind of missing. He's kind of missing the tyrant thing
I don't think so.
that persecutes the Jews.
Yeah, I don't think he's going after a specific
don't know.
person. I think he wants to kill everybody. But
I don't know.
do I think that he is the best out of those three? Yes. Do I think that he is the Antichrist? Meh, I'm still not convinced. Do I think that he is a puppet master? Absolutely. Do I think that he's been bought off and he's whatever? 100%. Do I think that he was the one running the country the last 4 years? Absolutely. He said more than once that he wanted to run the country from sitting in his basement. I think he did.
You ever watch the story of the Bible?
Oh, it's
The
actually
most
really
recent
cool.
one.
No.
So it's funny, but it's not funny. The character they picked to play Satan looks exactly
Looks
like
just
him.
like him. It's freaking hilarious. Oh my God.
Exactly like Obama.
Well,
It
that
is.
doesn't-
It's
that makes
funny.
sense.
Matter of fact, he was pissed when the movie came out, I think, because it looked like him so much.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up.
Plus, you got a bigger schlong than me.
It was crazy.
Hi, Amy on TikTok
I don't know.
and all of our other TikTokers.
TikTok,
Again,
Tickety talkers.
And I said this is my personal belief. I'm not, nobody has to agree with me,
Nobody does.
but yes, they do apparently, because everybody labeled him as the Antichrist.
I said out of those three, he's the best option. I didn't say I think he was.
Trying to find the guy who played Satan.
Bob Newhart.
Oh, they don't show his picture.
What?
Nothing.
Who's Bob Newhart?
You want me to do it?
Bob Newhart.
What in the fuck is wrong with you?
You know what? I don't want to talk to you guys anymore. You do this to me every time.
You do it to yourself.
I don't.
Would you just sit in the corner and be quiet? You don't have to announce to the heavens that I don't know who the fuck.
Oh, they
that is."
really don't have his picture.
Why would
You're
they?
mean.
Is it that picture of the
I
guy?
don't want to play with you anymore.
Speaking of playing with,
It's blank. His picture is blank.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So is the guy that Obama was blowing in the limo.
It's blank.
Or he was shooting blanks.
Did you ever see it? You've seen that guy's interview, right?
No.
You don't know about the guy
No.
that partied with Obama?
No.
Which one? Was he at the Diddy parties too?
No. This was before Obama got big in the political sphere, but he was a senator already. This guy's done the interviews. He's done full disclosure interviews about how
That was him when he played Satan.
he's done full disclosure interview about how Obama they went out together, they got a limo together, they went and picked a bunch of cocaine, and he blew him like.
That she did.
But this is the thing, like it's not It's out there.
I don't know who Bob Newhart is. Who is he?
It doesn't matter.
What does he do?
Joey's like,
Doesn't
come
matter.
on.
He's a comedian.
I'm not. Yes.
He's not on that.
Oh, I like him. He's cute.
I had no idea he was on that show.
Thank you, Joey. What did he do before that?
Bob Newhart. The show was called Newhart.
Oh, why are you gonna? Joey understands. These guys are mean to me, Joey. Thank you.
Picking on yourself.
I'm sorry, I'm not
So
old
we
like
have
you.
Samantha and Amy. Okay. What's up, guys?
Hi, Samantha and Amy. You guys are being mean to me.
Yeah, we're picking on you. Sorry.
I don't
All
play
right,
with you
well,
anymore.
I hope. What's that? Is there a last one?
Let's
All
see
right.
it.
Let's go to the last one.
And the AI.
There you go.
AI in its current form, I don't think. I think probably would be the closest to Antichrist, except again.
In its current form, released to the wrong people. Yes.
Well, no, he asked the right questions because opposition to Christ, yeah, definitely. Charismatic, and the fact that it's tempting to want to be involved with it and play with it and all that stuff.
Well, does it appear to be loving? It
It's
could
definitely-
appear to
it's
be
definitely
loving,
deceitful.
depending on the questions you're asking.
Definitely deceitful,
Definitely deceitful.
Definitely a trickster.
tyrannical.
I mean,
As much as we allow it to be,
yeah.
and
But again, who's running it? It
Well-
could 100% persecute somebody.
Well, and we got to remember when this was written too, right?
Yeah.
So it's persecution against the Jewish people, but
Jewish is Christians.
is that really what they meant
Yeah.
back then?
Jewish is
Oh.
Christians or anybody in any sort of religion. Is it?
well, the Jews were the chosen people at the time,
Absolutely.
and then Christ came and ruined all that.
So out of all
Christ
these,
was a Jew.
I'm going to go with AI.
Yeah, but he kind of screwed up their whole game because
I'm going to go with AI. Who's your pick
it's because of him they don't exist. You know,
out of these four?
What's that? The Jewish people?
Christ was a Jew, but
Yeah.
Christianity was born of him, which eliminates Jewish faith, or should.
Not really. The whole Old
Jewish
Testament
faith
is
is pretty
still.
strong.
Yeah, but it denies Christ.
Yeah.
Christ's not the Messiah.
Yeah.
In the Jewish, so it's sort of interesting that he's a. You can say he's a Jew, meaning
Well,
that
I mean, the Jews are the ones that had him crucified.
he denied himself.
Yeah.
If you think about it, the Jews had him crucified.
It's true.
Self.
Are we going down
to
that
the nth
hole?
degree?
No, we're not going there.
Okay. That's a big hole.
I'm not the Messiah, guys. I told you. Cross your legs, sweetie. I only have 3 nails.
The what?
Oh yeah,
If
yeah.
you're Jesus and you know it, clap your
The
hands.
symbol. Yeah.
I'm glad you knew what the heck he was talking about because I was like, what?
Can you do that from there, Joey, or no?
Messages?
No, she sent it to me on WhatsApp.
What's up?
What's up? You have a WhatsApp?
No.
We've had WhatsApp forever.
WhatsApp is where all the scammers are. You can't be on WhatsApp.
We're on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Never mind.
That's why you get all
That's
these
where all the hookers are, and like the people try to take you
We're
home.
gonna have to post it later, Joey.
notifications.
If you could text it to me,
When I was
then we can pull it up.
single before I met you, everybody wanted to talk to me on WhatsApp, and I wouldn't use it.
WhatsApp's very popular.
It
for
freaked me
businesses and
out.
stuff. Hey, we got 14 people on
Hold on.
YouTube right now, guys.
It freaked me out. I
I want
wouldn't
to
do
run
it.
down this one. Imagine that the AI tapped into just your mind without your moral judgment.
What? Imagine that a true AI
So we're
tapped
talking general-
into just
general AI.
your
General
mind
Without your moral
without your moral judgment.
It
Would
could-
hurt others.
It could
Oh, fuck yeah, it would.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Why?
I hate people in
Without
general.
moral judgment.
Without my moral judgment, yeah,
so
I hate
you take
people
the
in general.
morality away from it, right?
You go into my mind
moral.
without morals.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Without your moral judgment. I guess I'm thinking that statement in a different way.
Yep.
So yeah, so they tapped into your mind.
Yep.
Get rid
Going
of
off
your morals.
of my instincts and
100% they could hurt
thoughts
people.
and oh yeah.
How many times have you ever thought in your life, man, I just want to punch that fucker in the face?
Right. But that's
a lot.
But morality stops you from doing that.
Not
Yes.
really. The
Yes,
fact
it
that I
does.
don't have bail money to stop
The
me.
morality stops you from doing that. So you get rid of that moral compass.
Yeah, if you
It
got
could
rid of
be-
my
that
moral
could be a
compass,
dangerous
we would
recipe.
be in
But
Think about that.
big
Is,
trouble.
does your moral compass always err on the side of good?
Yeah, mine
Does it?
does. Mine does.
Mine typically does, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it
My
does.
my general first instinct and general thought process of other humans is not good. I don't
Is
trust.
the death penalty moral?
Yes, depends on what you did.
Did you send it, Joey?
If there are 3 people that saw you do something and you killed somebody, I still think an eye for an eye.
Right.
If 3 people saw you shoot somebody in the face, then the family of that person you shot in the face gets to shoot you in the face.
So with the moral code, you could also kill people.
Depending
Depends on your moral code.
Right.
Right.
So what I'm
Yeah.
saying is I could be wrong. Maybe I'm reading what he's saying. Your moral compass definitely.
Put it back up again,
errs
Joey.
on side, keeping you safe.
Imagine
Sorry.
that true AI tapped into just your mind without your moral judgment.
Right.
Just your mind.
So without all the things that make you that individual.
That
Right.
human, that
Absolutely.
really,
I
you're
think it'd be
keeping it.
dangerous.
You're keeping
Would it
it
hurt
at the
others?
human part.
It could.
Absolutely.
In my mind, it absolutely could.
Absolutely.
Without a moral code, why would it?
Because you wouldn't. be
Without
thinking
a moral
morally.
code,
You
you're
wouldn't be
taking
thinking
it.
morally.
You're taking it back to that
So think about
natural nature.
your snap. Your
Be
snap
eaten.
judgment. Right. Your snap
Right.
judgment.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't require you to kill.
Absolutely. If you're coming
No,
at me,
it requires
I'm
you
gonna
to
kill
survive. Right. If they're coming at you.
You. That's different.
So without a moral code, meaning that if you're going to attack me, I'm going to attack you back.
Yeah.
This is the way I'm interpreting. I could be
Yes.
wrong, but the way I'm thinking it is that is AI going to push you to kill? No, I don't. Think.
No,
This is what I'm saying.
but
I
if
think
AI
that general.
is
I think
taking
general AI.
away that moral compass. If somebody comes at me, and you've been in the hood, Jack, you know there are plenty of people walking around with all sorts of stuff. And if you're going to come at me, I'm going to come at you. How many times have I had people come up to me, puffing their chest and
Yeah.
doing whatever? That's a fight or flight. You're going back to nature.
Right, but nature doesn't inherently push you to kill anybody.
No, I'm not just going to go out and be like, I don't like that dude. I'm going to kill him.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think a lack of a moral code or lack of morals means you would hurt anyone.
I think it does.
It'll keep you surviving.
But surviving is hurting.
You're imagining it in a situation where everybody else is not on the same experiment you're on. If nobody has morals in that regard, they're not driven by a moral code.
But everybody has to survive.
There's no
It's gotta be an
necessity.
MP4, Joey.
But right, surviving doesn't require you killing other people.
Man.
It doesn't.
It has to be an
It does
MP4.
though, because when
doesn't.
you get to that point of running out of something or needing something or whatever, somebody's always going to come after you if you have it.
Right,
We'll-
because
we'll
people are
upload
lazy
it
and people
after
can
the
be
fact.
evil. But I
Exactly.
think honestly, there's no utility in killing people in its basis form.
No.
Minus a moral
If
code
you're
of
over
any
there
kind.
doing whatever you're doing, I don't give a shit about you. Stay over there. But
Right.
as soon as you start coming at me,
And they're not going to come at you unless their moral code drives them
unless
to do so.
they need something,
Or they would just go get it. If you're keeping it from them, you're becoming
if I'm keeping
adversarial.
them from it because it's mine.
Or
Absolutely.
if you're talking about adversarial relationships, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying no. General AI would have no motivation to hurt anybody.
No, but if it took over me,
You
I don't
also
know.
have no motivation to hurt anybody unless you're defending yourself.
exactly, defending myself,
Which-
I'm not just
which-
going to go out and kill you because Bob, you walked by me. No,
Right. And so lacking morals doesn't
Joey.
make you hurt people.
no, but that's going to stop
So hold
you
on.
because
So
people are
Robert's saying,
dicks.
I'm not asking if AI would make you hurt someone. I'm asking if you programmed an AI exclusively off your thoughts, would it harm others?
Exclusively. Exclusively off
See,
your
it
thoughts.
depends on what other
Well,
people do,
that's,
though.
That's the AI model that we're dealing
Like
with
my
currently.
thoughts are fine. I'm loot-de-doo in my own little area, but
That definition there, though, I think it describes the AI,
yeah,
the AI that we should be
you're in
afraid
your
of.
own.
The one that is just basically a what do they call it? Language model or whatever. It just
Yeah.
has access to all the stuff that exists on
Mhm.
the internet. If you give it free reign of everything that exists on the internet and let it go off that, I think, yeah, it's a lot of negativity, a lot of things that would
Yeah.
drive you that way.
Because there's
I
a lot
think
of hate out there.
If it ever reached general AI where it became self-aware and had that thing, I don't think there's any utility in killing people.
Right.
no,
And
where
I don't
it's
think I
learning
can't see it would
and
ever
progressing on
find that
its
to be the
own.
So the
solution.
danger is us.
I get that.
Humans.
The danger is
Yeah.
us, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
We are our Antichrist.
Because we are evil, we are bad, and there's a lot.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Don't know how we got here.
But it does say though somewhere, I'd have to go back and look, but it does talk about
Leading you. Oh,
right.
Yeah,
then the beast is not the Antichrist, though, right?
He's the like right hand
But
man.
it does talk about, see, if you read some of Nostradamus's quatrains, it talks about bloody bodies, bloody human. It does talk about death. It does talk about killing within the Antichrist reign.
He will fill the world with wickedness, but that doesn't talk specifically about killing. He's not leading us to kill. We're making that own decision on our own.
But Jesus Christ leads you to God, and Antichrist leads you away.
Yeah, he leads us away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I get what you're saying, Joey.
And I think that's the thing. So it's a matter of, and I was saying death, but Broderick was saying hurt. He wasn't even saying death.
Yeah. I get that though, but it would, because humans are naturally evil, I think. I don't think that I think the way that you're raised and the choices you make in life make you who you are. We've all met those people who are like, yeah, you're really just a bad person. Like,
I don't know
you
what
don't
makes
want
us who we are, though. Like,
anybody to be good. You don't want anybody to progress in life. Like, you're just literally sitting here to keep people down. It's just interesting how different people are. Yeah.
Some people just suck. And I think some people suck completely independent of how they were raised, who they were raised by.
Yep.
Just like you get really awesome people who grew up in horrible families, horrible situations.
And then you get the 1 out of 4 and you're like, wow, your brothers and sisters and parents are really nice. And what are you?
We are all a bunch of individuals, and we are all,
you make your own choices.
We all have our own agency.
Yep.
And the crazy part about it is you don't get a blue ribbon at any point in this life.
I don't get any points at the end of the game.
Well, maybe we get points at the end of the game, but while we're here, we don't get any sort of confirmation that says, yep, you were right. Here's your sticker.
Yeah. I want my gold sticker.
It's very unsatisfying in that regard.
Kind of is.
I'd have to look, Joey. I have to go back and read the quatrains from Nostradamus, but it does talk about people dying. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I also don't think that all death is motivated by evil.
No.
So I think
we're going to have to explore this a little bit more.
Well, the funny thing is,
I like Joey's point.
It's sort of the anti-facts.
Anti-facts.
See?
Not drunk with facts.
We're
anti-facts.
drunk with anti-facts? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I'm just pointing out the fact that you can't really have there's no facts involved in a lot of this.
It's kind of all just
it's all very subjective. It's all interpretation. There's so much of it that revolves around, faith or faith models or just all these things that are very intangible, but really important to human existence, and coexistence. And that's the scariest thing to me in the world today, is the fact that we have giant bodies of people who I don't want to hurt anybody, but there are entire organizations of people that it's in their doctrine, it's in their existence that other people have to die for them to reach whatever level they have to reach. Yeah. And that to me is like so shitty. I don't want to lay down and just be like, oh, I guess we'll just kill us and you guys have your utopia. Fine, and on the other hand, I don't want to have to kill people. Yeah. But you get, again, just as nuts as it is to say, I know people that I love and I care for that have no doubt that Elon Musk is a fucking Nazi. And I can't wrap my head around it.
Right. But
I realize that that is an untenable situation that I don't have any answers for. No. And there's so much of that. It's where my nihilism bumper sticker just slowly starts coming. Just pow! Because I just want to go fucking, I don't care. And I cared very deeply about all of it. But I can't care to the degree because there's so much of it that I can't affect. I can't. Right. Well, and I have family that way too. And it's very much, I love talking about it though. I want to have that conversation with you. Please tell me why you feel this way. Again, I'm not trying to change you. I'm not trying to whatever. Tell me what you think and feel. I want to know because. Can you hear him though? I can. You think so? So me and my cousin, my one cousin, the daughter of the parents who won't talk to me about it, she will have conversations with me and she will tell me the way she sees it. We've talked about abortion that way. We've talked about COVID that way. We've had super deep conversations. I can see how she sees it because of her experiences, because of what she's happened to in life. I've had her brother and his fiance come out here when they came out here last October and they were driving around. Never heard of
our immigration issues or people coming over the border until they came here. They're like, oh my God, it's a real issue. Yeah, it is. It's not just made up. It's not smoke and mirrors. You only know what you're exposed to. You only know what you know.
Yeah.
And I like having those conversations because please, I'll send her articles afterwards and she'll read and she'll send me stuff and I'll read. I am fine. I might be wrong. Like you said, maybe I'm on the wrong side.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well,
I
two
only,
uncomfortable things.
I only know what I know. That's
There's
all
a couple of really, really uncomfortable things that happen in life. One is finding out people you care about are stupid or just not
and
nice
the people you thought were really smart people growing up.
Or even worse, you find out that you're wrong about something that you fundamentally believed
your whole life. Yep.
And that happens. If it ever happens to you, it's
just
jarring to a degree. Is like, oh shit.
Joey, did you make it an
how did I
MP4?
believe that?
How did I believe that?
Or if you've ever been in a toxic relationship for a long time and you get to look back at it and go, how the fuck did I let myself get treated that way for so long?
So you think that's it?
Oh, I'm
That's
very
same
aware of that, Jack. Holy cow.
What'd you
I
do?
was the yes, sir, whatever you need, sir kind of girl.
What are you clicking on?
We're trying to upload a video.
So I ignore all of what they're doing. So I understand that. But again, it's having those conversations, Jack. Let's talk about this. Show me or explain to me what you feel. I try to be, again, like you, it burns me a little bit on the inside, but I try to be as open-minded as I can. And especially, let me look it up. Let me look into it. What have you been told? Let me read into that. Whether it upsets me or not, let me truly look at it. Because again, I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
I only know the experiences I've had.
I agree.
So
It's tough because I would love nothing more than for everyone to just be like, just not a real
the
thing.
vid was a huge aspect of that. I had family members that were telling me, oh, this is the death. They were scared. They were terrified. I was still working in the hospital. And I was like, it's not that bad, guys. Like, it's not, I don't see what you see. I'm not sure what you see. So it was interesting.
Well, you guys depressed me. I want to go play music.
Very done. Sorry.
Well, we thank you very much for joining us tonight. It was a lot of bullshit. Diary of the mouth. I had a good time.
It was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I love talking about these stuff.
So what do we
I love it when
decide?
get other people- What do we decide? We decide that nobody fucking knows.
Nobody knows.
And even if one of us does know,
It's not going to be right because
You're
none of us knows
you're
anyways.
still not-
My mind is made up. Damn it, Obama's the friggin' Antichrist.
Good job.
And-
My mind's made up that his wife has a wiener.
Yeah. Keith's wife has a wiener?
No, I do, but it's on him.
Okay, fair enough.
All right,
You
guys.
probably don't want to say it.
Pound it, brother.
Pound it, brother.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys. We really appreciate it. Hey, if you're gonna hang on tonight, go check out The Truth About Beer and on TikTok. We're gonna go down and play some music for you guys for the next hour and a half. So go check it out.
Woo!
And, we'll see you next week. Right
Nothing
here.
exciting happens like last time.
Nothing's gonna happen.
We're just going to shit all over your out.
No.